One of my favorite quotes from the Second Vatican Council is from Gaudium et Spes, and something it says is that man cannot fully find himself except through a sincere gift of self. And how that's played into my life is that, I was a cradle Catholic, and growing up I had a conception of what it meant to, give to the Lord and to give to the church. But for most of my life, I just wanted that to kind of go just halfway with it. And something I realized when I started to really practice my faith and to really understand what that sacrifice meant, I found myself more fully. And that brought me through an adventure that I never expected, a complete change in the direction of my life. But it's actually been through that journey with the Lord and trying to model His own self-sacrifice that I have understood myself much more fully and have understood what it means to actually be happy. The thing that's really difficult about our culture nowadays is that it asserts this idea that if we are to be happy, we need to sacrifice others. And that is completely different from what the church calls us to. In fact, the church and the sacrifice of Christ demand that we follow that example of self-gift. Another thing about sacrifice is that oftentimes we are put in situations where we're going to be called to give, and oftentimes we don't really choose that which happens to us, but we can choose to decide that we will give ourselves in that way. And in that sense, yes, sacrifice does look for us, but then it's our role oftentimes to accept, because we may not be planning that instance of suffering, but it could play a huge part in our sanctification, and it could end up being part of what the Lord is calling us to. Something that also drastically changes the direction of our life if we say yes.